go. Oh, damn it. Alrighty then, I have no idea what that was about. The YouTube app just like randomly closed and crashed. I don't know what that was about. I'll see if anyone comes back in. That was just a weird glitch. I don't know what happened. Sorry about that. See if anyone else comes back in. That was really, really weird. I don't know what happened to it. It's like it closed when no one hit a button. Hello. I don't know if you were in here previously or if you're a new person, but I apologize for that. I don't know what happened. That was really, really weird. I don't know what my phone did. I don't think it was the phone. I think it was the app itself. It like backed out or something. I don't know. I really have no idea what happened there. So I'll see if anyone comes back. So that was a really weird glitch, and I don't know what happened. Hello people, if you're coming back, I don't know what happened. Phone just randomly glitched. I don't think it was necessarily the phone, I think it was the app itself. Is it like, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what it did. It like said I was still live, and I'm like, it's not live. It like backed all the way out to the main regular menu. I don't know. It was weird. I pulled over in the parking lot and restarted it. I'll see if anyone else comes back. I don't think people will, or they might still be trying to watch the other one. I don't know. That was like the weirdest freaking thing. I'm gonna have to, yeah. Ugh. Was really bizarre, and I don't know why it stopped like that. I'm back in Baltimore County. If any of the original people would come back in, I just crossed back over into Baltimore County or Baltimore City, so. That like the plague. Hello to the person that is currently watching. If you were watching earlier, I apologize for the stream just abruptly ending like that. I'm not quite sure what happened. I think the YouTube app itself must have glitched out or something because it was, I don't know. I just don't know. So. Well, if anyone else new comes in, just as a little explanation what I'm doing or was doing. I'm currently on my way home. I went down to Baltimore. I'm working on a school project and need to get some photos of a park in the neighborhood that I'm doing. So doing my project on. So I went down there to get some photos of it and currently on the way back. And a minute ago, I had another stream going and it crashed out for absolutely no reason. I have no idea what happened. It just did. It was really bizarre, and I don't know why it did it, but it did. And so now I resumed it, and this is part 2. I really don't know what happened. It was like the weirdest thing. It just like, it was almost as if I like backed out, but I didn't because I never touched my phone. And so I'm thinking that the app itself probably had some sort of glitch where it backed out or something. I don't know. And it was acting like I was still live even though I wasn't. Because it when I opened up my YouTube app again, it even said, like, you're live. And I'm like, no, I'm not. So I had to go in and end that stream and then resume this one. Or start this one, so. We'll see if anyone comes back. I don't know if anyone will, because right now this still says 0 and I haven't seen anyone chat, so. That other stream had a good following. So hopefully those people come back and we'll see what happens. Hopefully my phone just doesn't glitch out again like it did. Or that was just so bizarre. Anyway, right now I'm merging back on the 695 to head home. Hey, Twin Cities. I don't know if you were in the stream earlier that just glitched out like it did, but it did, and I have no idea what happened. I'm just driving along, and all of a sudden it like backed out, and it was really weird, and I don't know what happened. It was like the weirdest freaking thing. I really have no idea what it did. I'm really thinking it was the app, because even right now the app seems to be acting a little funky, so I think it was YouTube side that's acting up. I restarted my phone, so hopefully we'll see what happens, but it was just really bizarre. I really have no idea what happened, why he did it. It was like really weird. But what's also funny is that there's actually 2 695s in my area. Technically 3, but I'll get into that later. But there's two 695s. We got 695 that I'm on right now, and then there's another 695 in Washington D.C. that's by the Capitol building. It connects, I think, 395 to Route 50, I want to say. It's like the southwest. It's like the Southeast Expressway or something like that. I can't remember the official name of it, but yeah, there's actually two 695s in this area. But the technical three is that the highway I'm currently on, so it's signed as Interstate 695 all the way around the city of Baltimore. However, legally on the books, Interstate 695 only makes up the northern portion of the Beltway, between Interstate 97 going north around the city to Interstate 95 on the northeast side of the city. That is technically Interstate 695. Then Maryland State Highway 695 makes up the southern portion of the Beltway between 97 and I-9. And that's the stretch with the Key Bridge and stuff. That's technically Maryland State Highway 695. But the State Highway Administration decided, I guess, to keep people from getting confused or whatever, just signed the entire Beltway as interstate instead of interstate for the northern half and state highway on the southern half. So that's one of the fun little trivia things if you're ever in Baltimore and just want to be like, well, did you know technically this? Just like Route 50 down in Annapolis is actually not really just US Route 50, it's actually Interstate 595. But the state signed it as just US Route 50. So that's some of your like little road, some road facts for you. Excuse me. It's funny, I discovered this little website called mdroads.com, and it's like it's just this guy that just started his own little website that's dedicated to talking about the history of the state highway system here in Maryland. And it's really cool. That's interesting. Damn! You want to get any closer to that Infinity there, Cadillac? You should take him out to dinner before you rear-end him. Good lord. I don't know if you can see how close that Caddy got, but he got like within a foot of that Infinity there. For no reason. Yes. Hey, look, there's I-70. We were just talking about that in the other screen. I still want to know why it glitched out the way it did. That was really weird. I really have no idea why. It just was like, nope, we're going to end this now, and just, for whatever reason, the YouTube app just did its own thing. Oh, wow, I haven't seen one of these in a while. Got one of the, I guess, sun glare traffic backups here. Yeah, I'll take 140 and avoid it. Good God, I can't see. Crap. Oh my God, Jim. Whew. I don't know how bad it is on camera, but I can barely see in front of me. Holy crap. That's really bad. I can see again. Holy smokes, I can see why everyone was slamming on their brakes. Holy crap. That was bad. And round 2. Oh God. Even though we're in the suburbs now, this is going to be Owings Mills that we're driving through and stuff. Figured, let's take this route. It's more city-ish driving. Oh. That Ford is just going to be sticking out in the middle of the road like that. Nice. Dude just flipped the U-turn. I actually think that's prohibited in Baltimore County. I'm gonna have to double check that. I think that's no, that's Howard County. Howard County's the one that has that on the statute. Technically that was a legal U-turn, but the way he cut across the road is still a no-no for me. That'll go in my video. But technically the U-turn itself was fine. Yeah, here in Maryland, you're allowed to make U-turns pretty much anywhere unless if it's prohibited by a sign or you're on a hill or curve. Here, it's pretty much legal wherever you are, except in Howard County. Howard County has a local law that prohibits it in a business district on a double yellow, but that's only Howard County. We're in Baltimore County, so... Yeah, here you can pretty much flip a U-turn wherever the heck you feel like it, as long as it's safe. You just can't interfere with traffic when you do it. Or when I say interfere with traffic, you have to yield to traffic. So like, if I wanted to make a U-turn here, I would have to yield to the people coming the other way, obviously. But like, there's nothing that says I can't make a U-turn right here if I wanted to. Well, you want to know something else that's kind of stupid about Maryland when it comes to traffic laws? Our unsafe lane change law is probably the easiest traffic law you can get out of if you get a ticket for that. Because of how the way it's worded, pretty much all you have to say is, I thought it was safe, Your Honor, to the judge. And you can be let go. Because the way that the law is written, it says you can only change lanes when you think it's safe to do so. So it doesn't say whether or not it really is safe or not. It's just, oh, well, if you think it's safe, then it's legal. If it's not safe, then if you think it's not safe, then it's not legal. It's really poorly worded the way it is. And like another law that they keep trying to pass here that is horrifically atrocious, and it's not because I disagree with it or with the premise of the law, but how it's written is so bad. So Maryland doesn't have it has a left lane law, but it's not strict. It's very strict in how it's enforced, but it's not strict in the use of the left lane on a highway or expressway, whatever you want to call it, freeway, whatever. So in Maryland, the current law that's on the books says, and this is for any state this is for any highway. So the road I'm on right now, highways in the city. Because in the state of Maryland, the highway... Why didn't you get in that lane earlier, dude? Whatever. A highway in the state of Maryland is any public thoroughfare. So, that aside, the current law is that on any highway, leftmost lane, you are only allowed to be in that lane if you are going within 10 miles per hour of the speed limit. So this road being 40 miles an hour, if traffic wasn't slow like it is right now, like now we're getting up to speed again, we're almost to 40 again. So let's say, as long as you're doing 40 miles an hour, you're perfectly fine in this lane. There's no law that says you can't be in this lane. The only time you have to keep right is if you are going 10 miles per hour or more under the posted limit. So if I was doing 30, then I would be legally required to be driving in the right-hand lane, unless if I was making a left-hand turn, whatever. That's the current statute in Maryland. The one that they keep trying to pass, which is just a hot load of garbage in my opinion, is... the way that they're trying to write it is that it would only apply on roads that have a speed limit of 55 miles per hour or more. That being said, Interstate 83, the highway I was on my way down into Baltimore, that road, that's an expressway with a speed limit of 50 miles an hour. So that means that law that they keep trying to pass wouldn't be applicable on that highway. So, in my opinion, if I were to write the law right now and pass it or make it law, whatever, I would make it so on any controlled access highway, that way on all expressways, all that, it's keep right except the pass. The reason why I would only make it for controlled access highways is that highways like the one I'm on right now, and like highways like 140 in Carroll County and stuff like that, you know, you have traffic light and regular at-grade intersections so making it so if as long as you're doing the speed limit you can be in the left lane, that's fine. And maybe I would put in a clause that makes it so if like the state of Maryland wanted, like if the local governing authority, I should say, wanted to make it so on a particular highway it's keep right except the pass, they could by putting up signage. But at the bare minimum on any expressway, no matter what, whether it's posted or not, you have to keep right except the pass. That's how I would do it. I know not everyone would agree with me on that, just because I know there are a lot of left lane warriors, as Napa would call them, are out there, but that's just that's how I would have the law written if I passed it. Because I agree on the expressway, keep right except the pass, but like on city streets like this where you're getting stuck at a traffic light every 5 feet, there's no reason why that should be a thing on this road. Because you're just going to get stuck at the very next traffic light with the rest of us. So that's just me. But like I said again, on like interstates and stuff, it should be keep right except the pass. And maybe like Route 140, because Carroll County, I mean, even though it does have at-grade intersections, maybe in certain portions it should be keep right except the pass, where it's in between traffic lights. But it's that one's probably up for debate too. But that one I wouldn't be completely against saying keep right except the pass. Which is why I would probably put in that clause that if the local governing authority or whatever wanted it to be for that road too, they would have to put up signage that would dictate it. But at least by making it law for the expressways, no matter whether or not it's signed or not, it would be the law. That's just me. Because God knows I've gotten into a lot of arguments with people over that. Because I remember this one guy, that was fun. Is it a law that are there that you have to turn into the closest lane? For left turns, no. Right turns, I think, is up for debate, but left turns, no. If I wanted to turn left, except in like this situation where there's dual turns, then you have to turn to the lane that you originally started in. However, like if I were just to turn left from like one of these side streets onto this road, no. You are allowed to turn into any lane that's legally available to you that is proceeding in the correct direction. So like these people that are making the left turns out of these driveways, if they wanted to turn left into this drive or into the right lane, they're more than welcome to it. Right turns though are a little bit up for debate, and the reason why I say that is that it doesn't necessarily specifically say you have to end in the right lane or the rightmost lane, but it does say you have to turn right as close as possible to the right hand side. So I would say the right turns are up for debate. I really would love to hear from a state's attorney about that. This guy should turn off his headlights. But so here it's not, at least with left turns, it's not really a requirement. But in right turns, I think is up for debate. Because specifically the left turn law legitimately says you can turn to any lane that's lawfully available. It does not say you have to turn to the leftmost lane. It just says any lane available that's proceeding in that direction. So like I can't just turn onto the wrong side of the road and say, well, the law says I can do that. No. But as long as the lane is going this direction, I can turn into any lane. So so that's what the Maryland law regarding that is. But yeah, like I said, the right lane, I think that one's up for debate. I would really love to know, I would really love to talk to a state's attorney about that one. Because a state's attorney would be the one that would know whether or not, or at least know where to look, whether or not, what that really means. Because I know, like, if I wanted to make a right turn right now, I would have to get into the right lane to make the turn as close to the right curb as possible. But does that mean that when I finish the turn, I have to be as close to the right now? So that's up for debate. But I can say without a doubt that left turns you can turn in any lane. The only legal requirement for making a left turn is that you have to make it from the leftmost lane. But you don't have to enter. Look at this guy, he's on the completely wrong side of the road. Like that, you can't do. You would have had to turn from this lane because the center turn lane hadn't started yet. But he was in the oncoming left turn lane. And like another legal requirement too in Maryland that's bizarre, you are not legally required to signal a lane change. It's recommended you do that, but there's no legal requirement to do so. Which is why I don't really put people in for not signaling a lane change unless if it's like particularly dangerous or whatever. Because I still say you should signal, all your lane changes, because how are people supposed to know that you have intentions of changing lanes if you don't tell them that you are? So I think that should be the law in Maryland, but it's not. I think they were trying to change it too, but I have no idea if it passed the General Assembly or not. I remember seeing not that long ago that they were actually trying to change it. I'm doing good. Currently on my way home from Baltimore. I had to drive down there for a little errand for school. I'm working on a project, and in all reality, I probably didn't need to do what I did, drive down to get a picture, but it was one of those, I kind of did it anyway. So that's probably... lane because the right lane ends soon. It's just easier to get over now and not fight it. A lot of people are driving without their lights on. That SUV just cut off that other car. Oh Lord, gotta love people. People are driving with like no patience today. It's amazing. It's the holiday season. Oh, well, I'm thinking about it. I'm interested in hearing from you guys about this. So what did y'all do for Thanksgiving? We had for me, we had a lot smaller than we usually have for Thanksgiving. We, my great aunt from Pennsylvania, she came down because she couldn't see her family and she lives by herself. So we invited her to come down. Other than her, it was literally just my parents and I and my sister and her husband and 2 kids. So it was a lot smaller than it normally is for us. Because usually we have like upwards to 50 plus people at Thanksgiving dinner. Is we literally have like the whole family get together house, and we didn't do that this year. So another person without lights. And they're driving a pretty dangerous car for that because their car is like the same color as like the ambient color, if you will. But, yeah. It was nice though because so another thing too is that my great aunt that came down to us, she actually had COVID. She not when she had Thanksgiving. Let me make that clear. But oh, that was weird. It cut out again. Why did it do that? Don't do that, phone. Please don't do that again. What the hell is happening? Oh, someone's car is getting towed. This guy to get past. Yeah, I saw that. I'm not sure what that was about. I think that might have been signal related. Oh, just jaywalk in the middle of the street. But she actually, but going back to what I was saying before it cut out, my great aunt, she actually had COVID back in late October, early November, and she took it like a champ. She went into the hospital as a precaution for about 3 days, but she didn't really she didn't get like sick. She didn't. I think they only had to put her on oxygen, but she didn't need a ventilator or anything like that, and she took it like a champ, and she's up and active again already. I mean, she came down. Now, she had me go up and pick her up and drive her back down here. to Maryland because she lives in Hershey, which is about an hour and a half away. But it was nice. But yeah, she's getting back in the groove, and when she came down, she sounded so good because I actually saw her about a week beforehand, and she still had like that little bit of a rasp, even though the state of Pennsylvania cleared her and she wasn't positive and stuff anymore. But she still had that rasp. Came down for Thanksgiving. I mean, she sounded so much better in just that week's time. So she's definitely doing a lot better, which is awesome. What was that? You know, in all honesty, I kind of questioning whether or not I might have had it, because not that long ago I got sick. Now, I didn't get like sick, it was more of a head cold where I just kind of felt lousy for like a day or two, like I usually do. But like I had this lingering cough for like a week afterwards. So I'm actually wondering if I had it or not, and just didn't get that. So I don't know. But another person with no lights. That guy had no lights either. He has fog lights on, but those are not his lights. He doesn't have his tail lights on. So it's funny. I feel like I've gotten sick more this year than I have in previous years. Because like during the summertime, I got sick for a week. And usually I get like one cold a year on average. But like this year I've gotten sick like 3 or 4 times. So like I don't know. No lighter. People really don't like turning on their headlights in this area apparently. Groundhog in the middle of the train tracks? Yep. Man, it's definitely been a crazy year. In fact, I actually got the flu shot for the first time in since high school. It's been like 6 years. And it's not because I just haven't. It's like, and as a result, because I haven't gone to the doctor, that's usually when I got the flu shot. And the only reason why I got a flu shot is the job I tried getting, that was part of the requirement, is that you had to get the flu shot. And they paid for it and everything, and then I ended up only working there a day because their definition of a security guard is a lot different than my definition of a security guard, and so I lasted a day, and I'm actually kind of happy I left being and like a week afterwards, after that little day I worked, they pretty much put all the nursing homes and assisted living facilities and stuff on lockdown again. So I was just like, cool, I dodged that bullet. So But yeah, like their definition of a security guard. So on top of normal security guard duties such as responding to alarms, responding to emergencies, doing regular security patrols, they also wanted the guards to become the on-call maintenance person and at this place. So, you know, if someone clogged their toilet, they call security, and you're the one that goes out and unclogs the toilet. You know, if their light bulb goes out, they call you. And really, like, the light bulb stuff, I don't know, that probably wouldn't have bothered me as much. But, like, the unclogging the toilet and cleaning up after people, like, I don't like cleaning up after myself. Like, what? No, I'm not doing that. And the fact that, like, when I first applied, their website listing did not have any of that stuff listed on there. It literally was just like a normal security job, and I'm like, cool, I can do that. I've done that before. And then it's like, oh, by the way, on top of the security stuff, you're going to be doing this, that, and the other. And it's like, no. And they were also doing, some of the other guards were just, some of the stuff that they were doing, I was questioning too, and I was just like, that's going to be, and just, I bailed before I got myself too deep in there, and it's just, yeah. And the other, but other than that, like, all the other people that were there, like the HR people, they all seemed really nice. I do have to admit that it did seem like it was going to be, it would, if it wasn't for the fact that the job just was not going to fit for me, I think it really wouldn't have been that bad of a place to work. But just because of some of this other stuff that was happening, and like on top of doing normal security stuff, they wanted you to do all this other stuff. It was just like, yeah, no. But it is what it is. I applied for another, gonna wait and see what this is, and I'm getting to the point where I'm just going to bite the bullet, and depending on what happens with this job I just recently applied to, if I don't hear from them in the next week or two, I'm just going to bite the bullet and just apply to Walmart and be like a personal shopper or something. I need to do something. I can't just keep sitting around and do nothing all day. And I also found out that they like the company that does all the state emissions testing in Maryland, they're hiring both full-time and part-time at the Westminster and Owings Mills branches, so it's like I might even put in for those. Because even though I'm college educated and yada yada yada, I don't care. A job's a job. In all honesty, that really wouldn't be that bad of a job. I like cars, and if it got me through school until I can get a better job, so be it. But that's pretty much the stuff that's been going on. I'll probably be ending the stream up here in a few minutes. I'm pulling back into town. So this time it will actually end and not just cut out like it did earlier. I seriously have no idea what happened with that earlier. That was so weird. Is it like, the way that it did it, it like backed out, and then it still said it was alive, and when I didn't even end it, or I didn't even back out, or it was really weird. I don't know what happened with that earlier. It was so weird and bizarre. Pulling back in Hampstead. Ooh, I know what I'll do before I close out. I'll drive past the Christmas lights that the town put up. My town always puts up these little Christmas or this little Christmas park thing in the center of town. Oh, hello. What's going on here? guy's high-res vest works, I can tell you that. Yeah, I'll drive past that for you guys, and I'll probably pull into the old high school's parking lot like I usually do, and I'll end it there. Passing the Black & Decker plant, which actually caught fire a few weeks ago. Something like right here on the left-hand side, like in that general areas where the fire was, because that's where all the equipment went. Your high beams on. I hate how people do that. So one thing that the town of Hampstead just did, with help from the State Highway Administration, is they put in all these new street lights as part of the Main Street Revitalization Project that the state of Maryland did. They put in all new sidewalks, they're ADA compliant, put in these new street lights, repaved Main Street and everything. Here, I'll pull over here. This will be the best spot. But so right here is the little Hampstead Christmas Park. The town puts up all these Christmas lights along here in front of the original high school for town, and this is also where the town war memorial is for both. I think they have a plaque for the Great War, World War II, Korea, and Vietnam there. My favorite decoration is also the train, but that's just me, because I'm the train geek of my family. So. Well, my dad is too, but I'm very much a train geek. I actually chase them, so. Here's the fire hall. Oh, shoot, they got either the Spare or Manchester's filling in for them. Oh, I'll have to, for the earlier stream too, I'll have to look and see if, what that fire was down in the city that we passed. I never went over there to see if it was still, going by the time I got back that way. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'll be ending it here in a few minutes. I'll pull into the one parking lot up here like I usually do and end it. So if you guys got any last minute questions or anything like that, please feel free and ask them. I'll end the stream right away. So. Same here, Twin Cities. It's always nice having people in, and before, you know, that glitch where the app just closed or whatever it did, it was nice having all those people in here. That's probably the most I've had in a stream in a long time, so. Pull into North Carroll's parking lot here. So this is actually my alma mater here, North Carroll High. The county closed it in 2016 because of funding issues. But the building is now used as it's kind of like got multi-purposes. So you still maintain they still maintain like all the property and stuff like that. So people can use the stadium, the track and field stuff. They hold granted not right now, but they held events in the auditorium and the cafeteria. They still use the gym for like sports games and stuff like that. And the same with like the soccer and baseball fields. They all use that. And the sheriff's office is also now using the basement as their police academy. So the building's still getting some use, but it still irks me that they closed it, especially now because the town of Hampstead planning on building a like huge development on the other side of town, and if they do it, they're going to have to either reactivate this school or build a new school for them because that's going to be a lot of people. Because this neighborhood is I forget how many houses, it's supposed to have like 300 plus houses, like 200 some odd family homes and like 100 townhomes or something like that. Like, it's supposed to be huge. And assuming that like all the families have 1 or 2 kids, that's going to be easily another couple hundred kids and stuff. So it's, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. But, all right, I'm going to end the stream here. Peace out, and I hope all y'all stay safe, have a good holiday season and all that. Peace out.